Hello my beautiful friends, it feels that I'm on the roll. I just finished recording this gorgeous page for members. I finished recording this cutie and I totally love it, and I was thinking why not to make one more, especially that I haven't used the Botanica too much, which I would love to be very honest. So let's grab this beautiful flower, and I also was thinking to use this bit of a paper and maybe this one, because those would be difficult to fussy cut really and use as any sort of focal point, like nearly impossible, let's be honest. But for the collage in tiles could be just perfect. So we could have little squares here and then on top our beautiful, most gorgeous flower. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna fussy cut this one mostly, and I will try to make some little tiles from that background paper. Now I think I have used all of the papers actually right now, all of the books, but I think I only use one flower from this book, so it would be fantastic to maybe try and use it and show you how you can work with the backgrounds as well. I honestly enjoy this so much, that's why I can't stop, because I think I was waiting for this moment where I'm sitting at the desk and it's not what focal point to use because I'm not too sure, I don't like much, or I'm missing something. It's actually quite opposite. It's like there's so much to choose from that I wish to use this on that project, I wish to use this next, and and it's actually a very hard decision on which one to choose. I had quite a tough moment to choose this fairy, as in where I go with the purple shades, where I go for pinks, which fairy to go for. I knew I wanted to use fairy because I know that many of you purchase actually fairy book, and funny enough many of you said, Marta, I'm not fairy person, but I may become one. So I think that's fantastic. That's a great recommendation if you love something that you're not typically fan of. And those are not really like a super fairies. I think they're a little bit something in between dolls, fairies, and yeah, something in between dolls and fairies. So maybe that's why they're not that fairylandy, which I like as well. I like that idea. Now what I will do is I'm gonna try to cut this one here a little bit, and also possibly, well, I need to cut this one anyway. Okay, and I will grab this one. So this is gonna be for my background. I'm gonna leave this one, and I need this one. I was thinking, will I have a hard time to cut through the pages? And honestly, it's not that easy in one way, and then in the other it's like absolutely go for cutting, just enjoy it, because it's a great choice to have, and I love that idea. So there we go. Oh my daisies, guys, look at it. It could be so pretty, right? I think so. I think it could be so pretty. I just wonder, should I fussy cut this or will I just leave it? It would be very difficult to fussy cut it. Maybe I could fussy cut this bigger bit for, oh, actually, 1 second. I can probably fussy cut this one for sure. This one was also in the book, actually, I haven't shown you that. This one was also somewhere here in the book. No, not in this one, sorry. This one was also in the book, and it was in one of those pages. Oh, I think it was here. Yes, it was here. This flower was hiding here, actually, on that page. I somehow cut it earlier on. And I just love it. I think it's one of the prettiest, so I had to use it. Of course I had to use it now, and I'm thinking, ooh, you know, even if you cut out part, don't worry, because you can glue it back on the page, so don't stress over that. I can't. Now 1 minute. No, it doesn't want to go. Maybe like now. Okay, it worked. And let me possibly do this one as well, I think. There you go. Let's fussy cut this. Now these are very good scissors as well, very sharp. so be careful. I'm using these, which is the Singer one, or I'm using Tim Holtz. These are much sharper, I'm sure. The other I think are slightly lighter on hand, but then these are cutting faster and easier as well. So I don't know, I like both. I like both, and I use them. I'm using them exchangely. You know what I mean. I'm using them. There you go. I love that now. That could be lovely with that. And I may cut out this one and this one too, you know. I just will get rid of that. I could fast forward this part, but I think maybe it's good for you to see how I'm cutting those really difficult elements. So I'm basically going in the exact sort of middle, the biggest part, and I'm trying to just go around it, you know. Sometimes you just have to go again and again because it may just not feel that you have enough space to move around with your scissors. Now, 1 second. I think this feels that there's not enough space, and I don't want to cut it too far either. There you go. That's perfect. And I'm going back, I think, to here. Oops. Oopsie. Or maybe I'm gonna use this side of my scissors. There you go. Look, it doesn't have to be this precisely perfect, seriously. I tried to do it, but, you know, look at it. It is so pretty. It's nearly as if it's a bit too big for this one. So you know what? How about I'm gonna grab this book. Oh yes, I'm gonna grab this one. This journal book, A4 size, because a lot of elements indeed were for it to be used as A4 size. The only thing is that I don't know if I like that actual color of the paper. I don't know, we shall see. For now, you know what I will do? I'm just gonna grab my papers just to make them a little bit more even, because they feel not so even. And let's cut it. There we go. And we could do quite similar thing here on this end. So I'm using this part because it's so much it would be difficult to cut it, as in fussy cut it, so that's why I think these elements are perfect. And I may do the same thing here. Actually, that could be tough, so let's just cut it in half and just start with that. And now I could go from left to right, right to left. It's okay, it's okay. And maybe this one as well a little bit. Somehow it's probably better if I do this. Yes, I don't know why. Going, is that even a thing that you should go from one side, not from the other? I honestly wouldn't know. If you know me, I wouldn't know. Now let's just cut and see how this would work. They could be very evenish squares or rectangles, but they don't necessarily have to be, right? Oh, I love it. But you know what? I may as well just cut it, this one here, and make this as an extra. There we go. Even if it's not full, because I can cover it up. How many of you remember Collage in tiles? Because I remember it very well. And it was such a wonderful project, and so many people have decided to make it for the first time. So that was quite lovely to see. Now, let's just grab these and just see which direction we're going, entering our thinking and all. Let's see. Oh, this is so pretty already. Oh, wowee. Now like this. I'm just random right now, honestly. I have no idea of what's good. Maybe this composition is not going to be good at all for our flower. We shall see. But let's just have a look like that. Oh my, I love it. I do love it. We need to change it though. I don't know yet how and what's the story there. Maybe I don't know. I do know now. Do you know what I do know now? I think like this design shouldn't be here. It should be like swap, for example, to start with. There we go. You see? So it's not really clashing with the actual design. So I think the brighter sort of thing next to the flower, the better. I hope that makes sense. So what we could do as well is like you could, I think I keep that, I will keep that that background as it is. So what we could do is we could have, for example, a delicate design here, pretty delicate design here as well, like this, let's say, I don't know, just trying my arm here. Then we could have a little bit of going on here, just like that, let's say. We could have, let's say, I don't know, maybe like this, like this. This is nice. I think more delicate going on here. This. Maybe we need one more paper to cut, but I just love this now. You see, I hope you can tell, and I think it's actually very well done. I hope you can tell that because I have swapped of darker elements going outside, we're not clashing with the actual design, that it has to be visible, right? Because that's the idea. But look, I think this could be just so beautiful as well. There you go. Let's see. Yes, that's nice. There we go. And we could have it here, we could have it, like, it doesn't matter right now because it's pretty much outside. Or we could even leave it as it is, maybe move it more in the middle, as in, I don't know if we can, there we go, just move it, everything more in the middle, have it like that, find a tiny title or something. Let's see, this is cute, this is very nice, love that. We could have a placing like that, so it's like a closure for the project as well. There's one more there which could be here, sure, why not? And there's two empty there, right? I feel. No, something small and delicate. 1 second. No. Maybe actually, maybe this one there, and this one or something like that, so it's not that empty there. And this could be here. No, actually no. This can't be there. I hope you can get you're getting the hang of it, why and what I'm planning and things like that. Obviously some parts of the design can be, if possible, no, but if it's not possible, of course it can be. Now I'm thinking we could like leave this as it is and see if we can have one more pretty much similar page in terms of, let's see if we can grab a delicate piece that could speak to us. There we go, maybe like this one. I like that. That could be nice. If not, I'm trying to see something that is maybe less of, but then the shade of the actual book will be slightly, of the actual page would be slightly different. So once more we can just try and work it around as it is, and just to see with what we have, with the elements that we have actually. Let's see. This one is flower leaf, so in theory maybe it's okay. Maybe, do you know what? Maybe we can leave this blank and have the title there. That could work too, right? I think that could really work as well. They really could work. Yes, because then as well we have the something that stands up. Yes, actually, I think I'm gonna keep it like that. I do love it when I look in the camera. I do love it. Maybe I can change it for this one so it's slightly different, or this one. One moment, maybe. No, it has to be like this sort of thing. I'm afraid that if I be gluing down I won't be able to repeat it, but we'll try. Okay, something like that. It's lovely. It is lovely. However, I think I preferred this one, to be honest. Yes, there we go. And we need some title, but for now I'm gonna go. I need to get to Hannah, get her ready for bed, and hopefully I'll be back later in the evening. Hello my beautiful friends, back to you the next day actually, because somehow time slipped through my hands. I'm not even sure how this happened, but let's dive in and let's try to somehow glue this down. It's not an easy task, honestly, I think, because we need to really guess the placement of those elements. I'm gonna try my best, but will it work 100%? Possibly not. We're gonna have some, you know, elements going into probably not so good place, but I guess it is what it is. I'm sorry, that was a phone call. It is what it is. We have to try our best, and I think we can most definitely do that. You can, sometimes people take a photo, and that's okay too. I tend to not to. I tend to forget to do it actually. Maybe I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna just grab this and have this on here, and maybe for a change I'm gonna do it differently, which is this. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab maybe a little bit of this here. Yes, maybe. And here as well. Phone calls. Back to you, sorry. Phone calls. Emily was ringing, but that is going to sort that. And I'm gonna just grab some here as well. Let's see in theory. That's looking very good actually. Let's keep it that way. Now gel medium is such a strong medium and such a strong glue that once it's glued down it's really done. You can't move it around, you can't do anything honestly. So you have to be really pretty much sure of where you're placing your elements, which isn't that difficult to do, but you know, I think this is actually a good idea, the way as I just did it and then just add it. So I don't have too much of gel medium on top. I can still work around everything, and I like that. I like that now. Now I'm just trying to figure it out if I would like my flower to be also glued down now or later on. I just didn't figure it out but I think I'm gonna jump in for having my flower going like this straight away. I think I'm gonna try to have some kind of something here. I don't know yet what, maybe some stamping, I don't know, but I will grab a clean page and I will try to get some gluing down. Now a lot of times I would use Pritt stick. Honestly, I have them nearly finished, or all of them finished, so that's why I'm back to gel medium, because I'm trying to just use what I have, use the supplies that I have instead of buying new glues. I'm just trying to really eliminate from my studio as much as I can, and if that means using what I have, that's what I'm trying to do. Now I'm gonna gently try to see where to place it and all, to not make it too high, too low, or it's actually lovely like that, right? It is nice. Let's keep it this way. Let's keep it as it feels. It feels very good. I love this. Oh, the colors are phenomenal. I just adore this so very much. Now I'm gonna grab clear gesso. Whoopsie, clear gesso. It's here, and I will go around it and have a beautiful nice layer of clear gesso on top, so I'm gonna prime everything, and this way I will be able to do mediums on top and decide what we're gonna do next. So let's do that. A layer of clear gesso. Here it comes. Now my clear gesso as well is good as a sealer, so if some paper is sticking out, I'm gonna just have a little bit of underneath it touch, and hopefully this will glue it down. One layer, it's perfect, it's good. And even though my book is a watercolor book, this watercolor paper isn't the greatest of the greatest, so do you know what, I'm gonna just make it all even and the same. So a layer of gesso will go just everywhere on the whole page, sort of thing, so I can color it and I have no worries that some mediums won't stick. So I'm gonna have this dry, and once it's dry we're gonna have to think about what we're gonna do next. Because gel medium is still wet underneath it, and because adding extra layer of gesso on top, you may have a wrapping paper, so be careful. Do not add too much of your stuff, glues and everything, unless wait, then put it down, as in once you glue it down, you may want to put it down something for a few minutes, let it sit, let it dry, and then put the gesso. I didn't wait, so I can see that something, because it's quite delicate paper, it's not a thick one, so it can wrap and all, but you know what, I've learned as well not to be very much stressed over these things, because it can destroy our creativity in general. It can just really bother us, so I'm trying not to worry about such small details. Let's try that. I think I'm gonna surprise you if I will say that I'm thinking to add some white. I don't like that brush. I'm thinking to add some white and do it here on the white, which is weird, isn't it? Because I just think that we could have a lovely, no, that's also not the greatest, I don't know, well, let's see, because I think we could have a really nice sort of movement here with the white to bring that project even more to life. I just think those pages aren't as they could be, aren't as white as they could be, and I think maybe that playing with a little bit of gesso here could be nice. The only problem is the brush. Let's see, maybe this brush will be slightly better, and it's wet more, so there we go. So just a little touches of white. If you're new to art journaling or whichever, like, know that white is a good person, no, not a good person, it's a good friend. It's like a, you know, it's someone something in the arty journey that it's good to have white. Like I think white would be one of those colors that you will use over and over in different projects for different reasons, whether it's gesso, whether it's a paint, marker, brush marker, or pen, it doesn't matter. White is white, if you know what I mean. And even now you may think, why? I don't know why, it just feels that I wish this project to stand out more from the background, and I don't think that this white background is white enough, so this is why, if you know what I'm trying to achieve here. Now I just dipped my brush in water because this gesso is certainly not as diluted, it's not allowing me to move too much, so water will most definitely help it out, so it's gonna be easier to paint it really with it. There we go. Now I think we're gonna add maybe some bit of stamping as well. Like I have the sort of circles, maybe circles would be good. I think possibly they could be good. Now the thing is that I need some smaller brush right now so that we could fit in a little bit of color as well in between those grooves here. Oh, sorry, in the smaller section, something like that. Super awesome. We could do quite similar thing here, like here. Lovely. There we go. And same for here. Now there we go. Something like that. And let's turn it around and do it even more. So I need some more gesso. and here, and here, and some more, just touching the water really, so that my gesso is more diluted. I don't know if what I'm trying to achieve here has any sense, but I just think it will just look nicer, I guess. There we go. Now, and there we go. Now it's not a mathematics, as I keep on saying, so don't worry if it's not super, you know, evenish, or it's just some shading, shadowing around our project. There we go. So a little bit of water to help it out. Now I'm trying to think, because I love shading as well in dark, like with our favorite dark colors and things. So I don't know. Oh, I think it's such a pretty project. It is so beautiful. Now a bit more gesso even, like in here. Oops, that's a lot. It's okay. And here. Lovely. And I think we could even add more here. Like really not small, but quite like a big amount. Okay, so it's like it's everywhere, but at some places we can try to have it a bit more, I guess. A bit more brighter. Maybe here I need help with my small brush to move this. Oopsie, like here. When you dilute it, obviously it's not that white anymore, so that's why maybe I feel like a need to repeat it. Oh, I like that. I do like that. At first I thought I will be using my forever favorite Inktense, but I was thinking, how about jumping in with doodling a little bit with this one, which is also my favorite pen. Pen that it actually works on any sort of surface you can imagine, and it does work. It doesn't clog, so it is like, it's a go-to when it comes to watercolors for me, and also art journaling now, because honestly, look, I'm going on, I'm sure there's some bit of a little bit of the gel medium in places. I'm sure there is a gesso I'm touching, and it's going and it's working, and it's like and it's there, and it's fantastic because you can really work with it and not worry. Like, I did break 1 or 2 pens over those months, which, yes, you could say that why would you use it, but I really wanted to use them this way. That's how I love using those pens, so it's my fault I did it. But a lot of them have been always coming back. I have to say the tip is very delicate, which, funny enough, I have bended the tip several times and it still would work, like, seriously. Oh, I love this so much. Now, I think this, adding this bit of, a little bit of structure to those, it's kind of giving us some sort of thing, a nice feel. Now I'm thinking, my friends, to grab, I'm sorry, that must be my my somewhere some messages. I'm thinking to as well have a little play with water and just see if we can, you see, if we can just have a little bit of diluting the pen. So this is gonna give us this extra color, which is gray. And my only thing is that for this project, I think a little bit of brown could be nice. So what about if I will grab the Inktense now that I have it both? Maybe both could be nice to be used. Let's see. Imagine that. Oh yes, most definitely. There we go. Most definitely using them both will be just lovely. So you have, that will kind of play around nicely because it will allow us, I'm sorry, I think I'm gonna grab my phone and turn it off. It's so funny. Sorry, because when this happens, I usually lose my what I was talking about. What I was talking about. So this is giving us the color, the brownish color, which is nice for the actual design itself, and also it is nice for the black. It's nice for giving this darker feel and more of a contrast, I guess. That's what I was trying to say. I'm gonna add that brown as well in here where the flower is on the paper. I think I'm gonna try to be quite delicate about it, so not to have too much of going on. We'll see, because I say one thing and then I do something else a lot of times, so we'll see how this is gonna be. There we go. So we have now, I wish you to think with mixed media, with art journaling of this kind, collaging, like there is no such a thing as this is what should go first, this is what should go second. Honestly, probably normally what I would do is I would go with the color first and then pen, then that black pen. But you know, I'm also here to see how differently things can be and experiment, because that's the joys of it, to actually experiment and give ourselves a permission to play, really. So I would love you to give yourself a permission to play and not feel that, oh, I should use pen first. Oh no, actually, why didn't I? No, just whatever feels right in the moment, it feels right, you know. Whatever feels right just feels right. That's very smart, Marta. But you know what I mean. Now, there we go, there we go. I'm also adding the shading to the flower, but also making sure that every bit of my actual squares and rectangles, they have color as well on the edges. I love this. Very beautiful. Now there is something about this pen, this pencil, this color, that it usually just really does work magic for any sort of project you envision, to be honest, you know. So I'm gonna dilute that black, have a little bit of a play, so the black will just be nice and movable in everywhere. Now there we go, and jump in with some of that brown color as well. Don't be stressed over how perfectionist amount of color you will add. Somewhere is darker, somewhere is brighter. Fix it, go about it however it feels right in the moment, you know? There we go. There we go. Now, super awesome. I'm pretty sure we will add the splashes, probably the dark splashes as well, you know. I think it's gonna be nice to add that. Now I think it's a bit too much, so jump in with water and make sure to dilute that. Now, there we go. Now, wowee, maybe that's a little bit too dark here, so dilute it, move around, see what it's happening. Oh, maybe actually here it's not enough brown, I think. Oops. There we go. Now we should go with the brown in here as well, where the flower is. We need to make our flower standing out a little bit more from the background, so it's gonna be really popping and being very much so 3D. There we go. Lovely. Now, even more, I think, especially here, because I don't think I've added any, so it's a work of love, I think. Labor of love, is it what you say? Because it is, you know, when you keep on adding colors, elements, and keep on shading, shadowing, it is taking a lot of time in general. If you wish for some sort of special look, it is taking time. So there we go. Oh, I like that movement there. I may repeat it there and have a little bit of a... Oh, 1 second. Now, let's see. It's like creating sort of extra dimension here or something. That it's half invisible. Oh wow, I love that actually. 1 second. Back to you. Hannah came in, so I had to do a little bit of a chitty chat. Emily's back from school as well. So, afternoon as always. It's actually very beautiful outside today. This week is not too bad compared to previous. So Hannah's outside, of course, playing with her friends. And I'm using the opportunity of having peace and quiet so I can record and chat with you here. Now I'm adding even more shades so that our flower is pretty much standing out more, and I'm just taking my time. I didn't actually outline the flower itself with the pen, the black pen, which I think it's okay, it doesn't need anything. We'll see, but I think for now I'm happy with what I see, and I guess I may just add more doodles on the squares as we go, and splashes, and even more gesso, believe or not. You will see what I mean, and when and why and how, okay, in a second. And I'm leaving my dark, as you can tell, and I'm gonna come back to it in a minute. I allow the pigment to sink in a little bit, you know, so there we go. Now there we go. Well, I think we need this to be diluted more and just not feel this heavy. There we go. No, lovely. Wow, I love those elements here on the background sort of thing. I think it's lovely, it's very interesting. I love that. There we go. Now wow, I think, oh no, we forgot about these two, which is, it is important, I think. Now, there we go. So a bit more here, a bit more there, maybe tiny there. I love when the project is simple. I love it, but in this case it's not that simple, and I love that too, where you have to go around again and again, repeat it, and you know, it's a long process. But when it's done, you'll be like, wow, I love it, and I really hope we're gonna feel it like this in a second. Let me dry this and I'll be just right back. You know what I think? I'm looking at it, and I think that maybe this is a little bit too much. It's like taking way too much attention from the project. I don't know, have a look, because I just, and same for this one, I just think it's slightly too much happening, and like the project itself It's beautiful, and I wouldn't like anything else to feel more than what we see here. So I am actually gonna gently, I gently removed it. I will add gesso and just, we'll see. Okay, everything is dry, so time to do a little bit of, believe it or not, gessoing. But this time we're gonna be jumping in with finger and just having making the whole project even more striking with the contrast, and a lot of times I do that. I love it, and it's giving this painty effect as well, painty sort of, painty effect. That's probably the best way to describe it. So we have that darker shades, but also we have now, we bringing out the white that was lost in the process, which is normal, but we would love to have a little bit of that white as well. That will just build that interest, and it will just look lovely, I think. And the contrast, I love the contrast in color, and there we go. I'm getting rid of those lines here. It's actually funny that the color changed into delicate pink, you know, very similar to our flower. And you can even go with the layer number 2 of white in places, maybe not everywhere, but in places, depending how it feels, right? There we go. And look, I love it. And the texture of the paper I love in this case, because the paper here, the texture, it's really, you can really see the actual texture of that watercolor paper, which is lovely. Now, super awesome. We can jump in with this, and you can see that everything is tying in now together more and more. And like here, I don't want the white to be everywhere, I think, I don't know, but in some places less and more, you know, in some places less, in some places more. So it's really differentiated with the intensity of that shadows, colors and all. I think we can pretty much say that this one is finished in terms of what colors right now. We need to dry it and think about the splashes and titles. I wonder if the title should be more like maybe I'm gonna actually print something here. Okay, let's print that. There we go. Print. Create the world you want to see. Love the art that is inside you. There you go. Now obviously this is too long for one thing. We're gonna cut it. Create the world could be one. You want to see as a second. Yes, that seems just right. Create the world. There we go. And we're gonna jump in with that. Now I should clean my hands before that, I think, because I don't want the white to go under. Create the world. Now before you ask, unfortunately those stickers are only shiny stickers. I tried to get in touch with company, they never replied to my messages. You want to see, and I never found online matte version. I will still search or get in touch, try to get in touch with them, because I think it's such a loss if it's not matte. I would much more prefer matte. Same for my books. I knew it, they're gonna be matte 100%. So create the world. I'm gonna go on top, I think, at least a bit. Create the world you want to see, and love the art that is inside you. Love the art. Oh, I love it. I wonder if we need anything. Maybe I just leave it as it is. Now, you could just add clear gesso, I guess, for that, to make this less shiny. You can try, but it's never the same as the real matte version of things, if you know what I mean. It's gonna be probably better, but it's not the same. I can see that maybe putting one tape on top of another isn't the greatest of the idea. Let's see again. There we go. Let's see. Maybe it does work a little bit. I don't want too close to it. Because I think it's shiny still. I didn't change much. Oh well. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, there isn't much you can do with these, unfortunately. Unless I'm gonna jump in for some others. 1 second. I just ripped this off and I have my own stickers, so because crafters aren't I like these. This piece of art is one. Okay, let's be grateful for that. It is. I'll stop waiting for tomorrow. I like that. I'm trying to have something that will really speak. Impossible is just an opinion. Be gentle, wondering at lost. Be proud because you tried. I'm not sure how, but I will. Oh, the best things in life are old, loved, and rescue vintage. Remember what else we have here. And enjoy the little things in life, because one day you will look back and realize they were the big things. Yes. Oh, I like that actually. Imagination. It's a bit too much maybe. All you need is faith, trust, a little pixie dust. I like that. Coffee. This is a beauty is not in the face, but is the light of heart. When you see something beautiful, allow yourself to be a beginner. One starts of being excellent. Oh, I like that all. So it turns out to be adult most just googling. If you don't know where you're going, any road can take you there. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna use this one actually and see if this will work better in terms of in terms of being more matte than the other one. Okay, so that's here and that's here. I probably should cut off this, right? Straight. It wasn't. I don't know where. I don't know. This could be like separate. So I don't. If you don't know, sorry. If you don't know. Yeah. If you don't know where you are going, this could be as next. Where you are. Oops. Where you are going. Where's the rest? Any road can take you there. Oh, I love that. Any road. I don't know if I'm gonna divide that. Any road can take. Any road can take. It is too long, so I need to divide that. Any road could be as the second piece. Oops. There we go. Any road. There we go. Can take you there. Voila. No, well, oh, it actually did peel off. Can take you there. Super. Love that. Now, it is also it is also shiny. I guess not as shiny as those, if you know what I mean. It's a different kind of glare. It is still shiny though, but it's less annoying for some weird reason. Splashes, my friends, splashes. But I also think, how about doing a little bit of text? And I think, do you know what I think as well? That this nearly stands out too much from the page. So now we could do a little bit of stamping in gray, for example. Let's see that first. Stamping in gray with my stamps. Let's see. There we go. What happens? Because now with this you are building like extension of the design that goes to the page, and it doesn't feel. There we go. You see, it's like a filler. It's like a filler of the page as well, and it's a delicate color because I choose the pumice stone gray. Perfect. It's everywhere. We can even put it on the text, and then you're gonna jump in, possibly, if you would love that, with color black. If I can find my color, which is not possible. I have white, of course. Oh, or where are you, black? Where, you know what? I have the black old. Maybe it will work. I have the old ink, like really old, so possibly it will work partially or something, we shall see. So I'm gonna just, oh, perfect. I'm gonna just have a tiny touch because I wouldn't like to see this to go too much, and this is more of like a delicate addition again, but oh, I love this now. See, it does feel right because it has, it's funny that it's upside down, but it's always the case with me. I just prefer this somehow upside down. I think it's enough. I wouldn't like to see this being too much of happenings. So let's have this one done and let's do some splashes as the last touch of our project right now. And I think white splashes could be just right. There we go. Oh yes. I think the white splashes are also kind of lighten up everything. If it feels heavy or something, the white splashes. And I'm focusing my energy in two of these sides, so here and here, like against each other, like in this line. There we go. Everywhere, but more in those two places, spots. There we go, something like that. I can have touch of splashes there in the flower as well, but voila, looks gorgeous. Even more, why not? Oh, I love it so much. Wow. Now, that is gorgeous. My question is, are we adding a little bit of darker ones? Because seriously, I think we could just have a touch of the same chip bark color, not chip bark, bark color. And let's say, I don't know, here. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. I think that's it, Marta. The moment where I say goodbye, it's always bittersweet because I love the fact that the project is gorgeous and it's finished, but I also have to say goodbye to you, and I don't like that part, I have to say. But thank you so much as always for being here. It's a pleasure to be in your homes, sharing time with you, and I really hope you enjoyed this little process and you gained some knowledge with it. And of course, I hope you will try to make your collage in tiles. Now, if you're curious about the books, I have used, no, I didn't actually use this one. I'm sorry, I used the Botanica one. So if you're curious what's actually here, so if you're curious about the book, this is the Botanica one with the beautiful flower elements, bigger, smaller, even smaller. And yeah, the choice is massive. The book is pretty big and heavy, feels so good, so right. Yes, I invite you to check my Amazon store. Maybe you will find something exciting there for you. Thank you so much as always. Till the next time, my friends, happy crafting, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye for now.